Premiership, unbeaten in the last 16 of the Champions League, and still in both domestic cup competitions. It doesn't get much better than this. Next up, it's Middlesbrough, the first leg of the Carling Cup semi-final. Your commentator is John Champion.
If Highbury is becoming Middlesbrough's second home, then Cardiff's Millennium Stadium is already Arsenal's, and yet another trip along the M4 is within their grasp. It's a youthful Arsenal lineup, isn't it always in the League Cup? There are 3 teenagers, but 8 of the 11 have played in the Premiership, and the counterbalance comes in the form of tonight's skipper Martin Keown. Middlesbrough have neither the quality nor the desire to mix and match. They're short of defenders, notably Southgate, but Mendieta is back after illness. 17-year-old Dutchman Quincy Owusu-Abeyi partners Kanu for Arsenal this evening. Gilberto, a World Cup winner, gets his first taste of the League Cup, but Ugo Ehiogu is forced to play for the Borough despite a groin injury. They're really stretched. Ten days ago, a full-strength Arsenal carried out a surgical dissection of a flimsy Middlesbrough. This Arsenal team is the strongest they've fielded in this competition since they were last in a semi-final some 6 years ago. Here's Kanu, who's delayed his departure to the African Nations Cup, and Ray Parlour wins a throw off Franck Kedrou, scorer of an own goal in Middlesbrough's 4-1 defeat in the Premiership the week before last. Parlour. Nicely done. Kolo Touré, 3 ahead of him. Bentley wants it to his left, but Touré shoots! And doesn't miss by much. Arsenal's man for all seasons, their player for all positions. Hardly a frequent goal scorer, but when he puts his mind to a task, he can become very proficient. Doriba comes to Mendieta, hits Sigon, and is cleared by Gilberto to Kanu. Owusu-Abeyi. How many tricks has the pony got? That's a decent one to find Parlour. Sigon. Gilberto caught in possession. Macaroni straight offside. Boateng comes from an onside position. And Juninho has it back, and Macaroni's free! And it hits the inside of the post and rebounds straight into the grateful arms of Graham Stack. Huge slice of good fortune for Arsenal. Middlesbrough's problem is scoring goals, but it was a really positive burst from the little Brazilian Juninho. And it deserved a better fate. The inside of the base of the post, no less, denying Middlesbrough the opening goal. Carl. Edu. Now David Bentley. Tried the chip. No matter how old or how young the Arsenal players are, they're brimful of confidence. They are playing without fear. Doriba. Juninho. He's pulling a few strings for Middlesbrough at the moment. One of them has found Macaroni. Took a deflection off Keown. Middlesbrough threatening. First the shot from Juninho against the post, and then the drive on target from Macaroni. Deflected off the elbow of Keown and only just wide. Steve McLaren has lost all 7 managerial meetings with Arsenal. The side have scored 2 goals whilst conceding 19. Nicely done by Bentley. Done his way past Mendieta. Owusu-Abeyi. pretty to watch, but he's likely to get clattered sooner rather than later. Wall of Middlesbrough defenders. Owusu-Abe. Gilberto. Ray Parlour. On for Kanu. And Bentley. Had to take it first time. Fed by Kanu. It's a neat move from Arsenal, but a very untidy finish. It's a proud night seeing all these youngsters for Arsenal's youth development officer Liam Brady, able to watch the fruits of his long labours. Kedru. Macaroni going at full pelt and crashing into a spectator, or maybe even a ball boy. Well, there's immediate concern. Macaroni couldn't stop himself. Physio having to be ushered off. He wasn't invited onto the pitch. And the spectator seems to be okay, happily. We've had the extra minute that we were promised. Sigon. Gilberto was fouled. Now had a minute and a half extra. But it is half-time in the first leg of this first Carling Cup semi-final. Juninho shot against the inside of a post, the closest we've come to a goal, with Graham Stack, the Arsenal keeper, well beaten. It is, though, much closer than the Premiership encounter here, and the tricks of Owusu-Abe have enlivened the first half. It is, though, Arsenal 0, Middlesbrough 0 here at Highbury. The second of 4 meetings between these teams in the space of just 19 days. Still awaits its first goal, but it's engaging enough. Arsenal in their 38th major semi-final, and Middlesbrough, who have never won a frontline trophy in their 129-year history. Here's David Bentley, and now Edu. Sigon. Clichy. George Boateng sweeping it back to Mark Schwarzer. Kolo Toure had an outstanding first half for Arsenal. The Gunners have reached a cup semi-final in every full season of Arsene Wenger's tenure. Mills. High in the air by Toure. It's ended on the way down, and it's fallen for Juninho for Middlesbrough. Forced a good save from Graham Stack. Middlesbrough's 2 best efforts tonight have now both come from Juninho. Here's Franck Kedru. Sigon. Sending the ball many a mile. But Juninho, beyond any question, has been Middlesbrough's most exciting player in an attacking sense. Rode his luck as Gilberto failed to gather the ball in, but couldn't curl it beyond Graham Stack's dive. Gilberto. Owusu-Abe. Chance here. No one there for the cross. Kanu couldn't get there in time. It's a really bright and open start to the second half. Boateng. Driven ball. Bazenda. very positive. Opened up nicely for Owusu-Obey. There was no flag. Didn't fancy the angle himself. And Kanu was a little tardy in getting that. Clichy. Half a foul by Mendieta, not enough for the referee to blow. Macaroni. Zenden. Kadru. Zenden. Keown being pressed by Kadru, who's got that. And he's fed Mendieta. And Juninho was the obvious ball. And Juninho scored! Third time lucky for Juninho and for Middlesbrough, who lead at Highbury. Celebrations at the clock end in front of a bank of Middlesbrough supporters. They've hammered away. Juninho hasn't had the best of luck tonight, but now it's turned. Credit to Kadru for keeping the ball alive, to Mendieta for a cool head, to Juninho for a calm finish. Middlesbrough, who have won on this ground once in 65 years, lead the Premiership leaders in the League Cup semi-final by a Juninho goal to nil. Gilberto. Not often that Arsenal trail at home. Not often that Arsenal trail. Here's Toure trying to do something about it. Owusu-Obey! It's razor sharp. Scored 17 goals for the youth team in only 20 games last season. Very nimble. Gilberto. Parler. Kanu! It was a lovely piece of skill, but there was no one waiting. Such sleight of foot. Very difficult to defend against. Close control, excellent. Arsenal stung into this sort of frantic response by Juninho's goal. Still half an hour to play. Clichy. Toure. Middlesbrough should have cleared it already. Edu jumping with Ehiog, Bentley with the overhead. He's been penalised for foot up. Inventive attempt by David Bentley. Breaks from Macaroni. Shendo agrees. Which will resurface now. Prepares to take a second throw. Macaroni. Nice spin. Good shot. Parry by Stack. Toure half clear. And Clichy completes the job. But this was a decent effort by Macaroni. And the goalkeeper would have seen it late because Mendieta was standing right in the way. Bentley. And the header came from a very surprising source, Martin Keir. Whose last goals for Arsenal were against Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League nearly 3.5 years ago. Steve McLaren's face won't betray it, but at the moment he's heading for an end to that run of played 7, lost 7 against Arsenal. There's the manager with the greater worries. Edu. Tigerishly won. The shot sliced with power. but always curving away from the upright. Edu scored his first goal for the club in this competition against Grimsby a couple of seasons ago. Mills, that was late. And the referee thinks it was reckless on Gilberto. And Danny Mills, who's fulfilled his predicted role as the pantomime villain, now comes face to face with referee Steve Dunn. Several members of the regular first team have turned out to watch tonight, including Dennis Bergkamp, who may be fit for the second leg. Cano. Jerome Thomas. Bentley! Arsenal's first shot on target after 71 minutes of play. They've had a lot of possession, but not too many chances. Thomas is hoping for a cross. Cano tried to go all the way himself and then laid it off for Thomas. Very strong block by Mills on the edge of his own penalty area. Two players who rarely dirty their hands with the Carling Cup, but they may have to in the second leg, Messrs Vieira and Pires. Edu. Parla. Edu! It's a corner. Six players up for Arsenal. Boateng's header. It comes straight out to Ray Parla. Fields for handball against Juninho. Referee shakes his head. Tony Green is the referee's assistant, who had perhaps the best vantage point of all. Juninho with the disguised pass to Parnaby! And Joseph Job could have finished it. If only, thinks Steve McLaren. Stuart Parnaby has made a big difference since coming on. Actually slotted into the right side of midfield. And it came off the shin of Joseph Job. Ray Parla. Toure. Cano. So many Arsenal players forward. Toure leapt. There was no power in the header. So many bodies forward for Arsenal now, as there have to be. Is that the match winner? Staff being urged just to pump the ball forward. Arsenal staring at a first domestic defeat since last May, when Leeds won here in the Premiership. Middlesbrough with Boateng. Referee consults his watch. We've had the two promised extra minutes. It's advantage Middlesbrough. Arsenal's unbeaten run of domestic matches ends at 30 and ends because of Juninho's second half goal, which has secured only the second Borough win at Highbury since 1939. For Arsenal, though, consolation lies in the thought that they may have lost the battle, but they've not yet conceded the war. That resumes a week tomorrow at the Riverside. The first leg of this Carling Cup semi-final has finished Arsenal 0, Middlesbrough 1.
Arsene, a frustrating night for you.
Yes, it was frustrating because we played well, and we had a few chances on the breaks, but they defended well, and we were a little bit lightweight up front, but overall the spirit of the players was fantastic, and we had a very good game, I feel.
Different sort of Arsenal you played tonight.
Yes, it's not as strong as the first team. I'm honest to say, but it's still a good side to play. And then they put a lot of pressure, and then it's a good players on the bench. They show they character at home. So I think we did well, and in the end I think we deserve to score one more goal.
It doesn't matter what Arsenal team they put out, they're going to be a very good team, and I think they showed that tonight. But that was more like the Middlesbrough that we know. Wasn't 10 days ago, but it was today. We've got 2 more games against them in the next week. We've got to make sure Middlesbrough perform like that and come like that and play like that again.
With the result tonight, will it give you the temptation to slightly beef up your side next week?
No, not really, no. We want to do well on Saturday in the FA Cup, and then we go to the next game and see what we do at Middlesbrough, but it's far from being over.